Today, we're taking a truly unique approach.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
Instead of the usual articles or research papers, our source material is something called Everyday Conversations in American English.
Hmm.
Imagine just listening in on ordinary life, the kind of chats you have at the coffee shop, the office, or maybe just at home.
It's an incredibly rich collection, really. They seem simple on the surface, but they're just packed with these universal human experiences.
Right.
And our mission for this deep dive is, well, not just to talk about these exchanges, but to really pull out the important bits, the nuggets of knowledge and insight.
Okay.
What can we actually learn about ourselves, our challenges, and those connections we have when we really listen to the mundane stuff?
So let's unpack this. Let's see if we can find that surprising wisdom hidden right there in plain sight. We all hit those moments, don't we? When things go sideways or we just feel completely stuck.
Absolutely.
And our sources, these conversations, they capture these feelings perfectly. Take Emma, for example. She was convinced she'd ruined an important project.
Right.
Sent the wrong report.
Oh, that feeling.
Yeah, and she was fearing everyone would think, we're unprofessional. I mean, who hasn't been there? That immediate wave of panic.
What's really fascinating there is that immediate response, that panic. It's so human.
Right.
But the conversation, it pivots pretty quickly to normalizing mistakes, saying it's part of the job.
Which is reassuring.
Definitely. And the advice given, just apologize and send the correct one, and maybe double checking before you send could help. It's just practical.
Yeah.
It's a classic example of moving from that self-blame spiral to, okay, what's the solution?
And it kind of reminds me of that other story, Lily and Sarah baking.
Oh, yeah, the cake.
They salvaged it even though they accidentally added too much flour.
Exactly. It proves that learning from errors, adapting, it leads to success, or at least a salvageable cake.
Still counts. Then there's that other feeling, that sense of not knowing what's next. Sam felt stuck, like not moving forwards. And wondering if others felt that way too. I think a lot of us can relate to that.
Yeah, that feeling of being stuck. It raises a really important question. How do we cope with uncertainty?
Right.
And the reassurance Sam got, no one really has it all figured out. It's okay to take things one step at a time. That's crucial.
It really is.
It's such a powerful reminder for you, our listener, too, that feeling lost sometimes is perfectly normal. It speaks to this whole human experience of just constantly figuring things out.
And then there's just the sheer exhaustion sometimes. We hear people struggling to sleep because their brain won't shut off.
Oh, the racing mind. Yeah.
Or, noisy neighbors, loud music, keeping them up. And Rachel feeling so stressed about work, just too much to do.
Yeah, these moments really highlight the impact of, information overload and just modern life on our well-being. It's real.
Definitely.
But the simple suggestions given, they're interesting. Things like no screens for 30 minutes or drink some warm milk, take deep breaths.
Basic stuff, but maybe effective.
Exactly. Or even just taking more breaks, maybe a weekend out in nature. These reveal common, often quite effective coping strategies. Simple things.
And for Rachel, the advice was pretty profound, I thought.
Which part?
No one ever expects you to be perfect. Just do your best, learn, and move on.
Ah, yes. That really encourages thinking about those pressures we put on ourselves, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Questioning them.
It does. Okay, so moving from those smaller everyday stresses to like a big life change.
Right.
We hear Emma again. She gets this fantastic job offer, but it means moving.
Big decision.
Huge. But her friend worries, right? Saying maybe she's rushing into this, asking, have you thought about all the changes? What if the job isn't what you expect?
And this just underscores that tension we all face sometimes. The excitement of a new opportunity versus that fear of the unknown.
Totally.
And the advice to take a few days to think about it, even when she feels she can't pass it up. That points to the value of just pausing. Thoughtful decision-making. It's about weighing that passion against the practical side. That's a key skill for anyone, really.
Okay, so we've seen how people grapple with challenges on their own, but what really stands out to me in these conversations is how often people lean on each other. The support network.
Yes, those unseen threads.
Exactly. Like when Sam was feeling stuck, Lily was right there.
Mm.
When someone couldn't sleep, that friend offered warm milk and deep breaths.
Small gestures.
Yeah. And when another person felt overwhelmed, Mary offered cold water or herbal tea and suggested that weekend out in nature.
It highlights the absolutely crucial role of social support. These aren't grand, dramatic gestures.
Not at all.
They're simple acts of empathy, practical help, and they make a huge difference. Think about that charity event.
Oh, right. Rachel's event.
She raised almost double our goal, which is amazing.
Incredible.
But even though she worked hard, she insisted it wasn't just me. The whole team did a great job.
Yeah, sharing the credit.
It demonstrates the power of shared responsibility, collective achievement. It's not just about individual effort.
And even in new places, like starting a job, we see people connecting. Sophia tells the new guy, David, that it's a great team. Everyone is really supportive.
That's so important in a new environment.
And she offers, don't hesitate to reach out if he needs help. Plus, apparently, the free coffee helps.
Free coffee always helps. But connecting this to the bigger picture, a supportive environment, whether it's work or your neighborhood, it's just vital.
Definitely.
We see this with Sally, right? Overwhelmed with chores before her mom visits.
Oh, yeah, the pre-visit cleaning frenzy.
And her husband steps up, mowed the yard, cleaned all the bathrooms, and set up the guest room.
Teamwork.
And then her neighbor Karen offers to help buy groceries. It's a perfect little illustration of how communities function when people just step up for each other.
It really is. And those discussions about spring cleaning, clearing out the attic, they also show families sharing that burden, deciding together what to keep, sell, or donate. It's shared work.
Shared domestic labor, exactly. And sometimes these connections, these community fabrics, get tested by personal choices.
Like the flu shot conversation.
Yeah, that one between Linda and Sue, discussing their kids' vaccinations.
Right, and Linda's husband chooses not to get one.
Because he says he is never ill.
Mm-hmm.
And this raises an important question, doesn't it, about personal choice versus sort of collective health within a community.
Yeah, it's tricky.
The conversation doesn't really take sides, but it highlights these diverse perspectives. Linda's reason is, I simply want to make sure they're safe in case something bad happens.
Protecting her kids.
Right. While her husband has a different risk assessment, maybe. It's a snapshot of how people navigate health concerns, sometimes with different approaches even within a family.
That's a good point. Okay, so these conversations aren't just about problems or support. They're also full of little lessons, right? Often hidden in the language itself.
Definitely learning moments.
Like when someone starts a new job and hears hit the ground running.
Oh, yes.
They immediately learn what it means to start fast and get to work right away. It's like a little cultural key.
It's a great example of how language itself, like idioms, gives you insight into workplace expectations. It's cultural shorthand.
Yeah. And we also hear about visiting New York.
The Big Apple.
With advice like, New York never sleeps. It's loud, busy, and full of energy.
Classic description.
And my favorite, if you stop in the middle of the street, someone will yell at you.
Probably true. But these details, they offer practical insights, right, for navigating a new, really vibrant place. They hint at the unwritten rules.
Absolutely. And who hasn't struggled with remembering names? I know I have.
Oh, me too. It's hard.
We hear someone say they called John James's by accident. Happens to the best of us.
It does. But the idea mentioned is that remembering names and just general friendliness, it can be improved with practice.
So it's a skill, not just something you're born with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It highlights that social skills, even things that seem innate, can often be developed. It's about paying attention, making an effort.
Okay.
And similarly, that conversation about daily walks, how a few minutes outside can help so much.
Yeah, just getting some air.
And how it can become a good habit for managing stress.
Yeah.
It emphasizes the power of these small, consistent actions, these micro habits.
They add up.
They really do.
Yeah.
They can have a huge impact on well-being without being some massive life overhaul.
And finally, let's touch on those wonderfully quirky English phrases. They just pop up.
Idioms. Yeah.
We heard out like a light for falling asleep really fast.
A classic.
And keep your eyes peeled for looking carefully.
Love that one. It reminds us that language is just so dynamic and colorful.
It really is.
And understanding these idioms, it doesn't just help you communicate better. It gives you a deeper feel for the nuances of how people express themselves. Every conversation, it seems, is like a mini language lesson, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. So as we wrap up this deep dive, it feels really clear that even the most, everyday, seemingly mundane conversations, they're actually this incredibly rich tapestry of human experience.
Completely agree.
From those quiet anxieties about a new job to the maybe noisy celebration of success and the subtle art of asking for directions or just that shared relief of finally getting the house clean. These moments reveal so much about how we navigate life.
They really do.
Right.
And it raises an important question, I think, for you, our listener.
Yeah.
What seemingly ordinary conversation will you have today? One that might hold an unexpected nugget of wisdom, or maybe a hidden challenge, or just a moment of connection that's waiting to be noticed? Maybe consider paying closer attention to these daily dialogues, because they might just offer the most profound insights into yourself and into the world around you. They're hidden in plain sight.